Our claimant has been assembled. Now let the trial of the Oathbreaker begin.
It's a battle!
There's 4 of them?
Are we ready for this? That's how it's done.
All right. Why am I attacking melee? I said do art shot.
Right.
Let them think they can do.
Uh-huh.
Seeing an awful lot of red.
Yeah, I feel...
Oh shit. He's unconscious. We're good though, we're good. She's prone, right?
Bang.
She can't move. Yet.
Bleed out, you little shit.
Woo! Hey, Charlie Cook, what's up? Commander Orsus, Jack, thank you very much for that. I was really do appreciate it. And you did the same option. Awesome. What kind of character are you playing? I'm just curious. Like, are you playing like? Because I'm trying to roleplay like I was a lawbreaker. Like that's what I chose, and so I'm like some kind of I didn't used to follow the law. So like now, like I'm still not really following it, like sort of. I'm like coasting through conversations so far, and whenever I have the chance, I tend to just like murder people. By the righteous shedding of blood, we have found our answer. Regrettably, it appears the sage is worthy of leaving our camp alive. The fifth eye offers a short, mocking bow to Lentry. By the customs set forth by the voices of the rat, you are free to go, old man. Brag to your grandkids that you fell afoul of the chorus, yet live to tell the story. That was fun. Your warriors almost put up a good fight. It really is bloodletting weather, is it not? My conscript needs to see more warriors of your skill in action. I thank you for the lesson you have given the camp. I thought I'd die tied to that post. The sage looks down at his rope, worn wrists in disbelief. Now hand me that parchment. I'm certain I can decipher it. Yeah. Pitfighter rogue dude? Awesome. Kind of like me. Yeah, I'm a lawbreaker rogue dude. Charlie Cook! Thank you so much for that follow. Welcome, welcome. Thank you very, very much. I do appreciate it. Welcome back, Emberoos. When much of the parchment was weathered, okay, well, much of the parchment was weathered, but I could make out the important parts of the text. The note makes mention of meeting spot west of Trip Nettle. So we have another spot. We have 3 new spots on the map we can explore. So the old sage knows his words after all. I'd ask you to travel ahead and see if you can't get this Captain Florian to yield to the chorus. They will strike at first sight of a chorus gang, but perhaps they will parley if yours is the face they see. I know the area and I suggest we go at once. I'll show you the way. I'm eager to be far from the stench of this camp. Slow down. Introductions might be in order. My apologies. Guess we skipped past that part. I'm Sage Lentry, formerly of the Vellum Citadel, and now of, well, of nowhere, I guess. So you're offering to come with me. Why? Because the alternative is, what, living here with these illiterate brutes? My old study is under a river of fire. There's no family missing me. Besides, I'd much rather chronicle the binder that twice proclaimed an edict of Kairos. I'd be a fool to let someone else write your story. Something's amiss. There's a lot of fight in you for an old scholar. Now you're offering to join this expedition. I've met sages every bit as cutthroat as the ardent gang bosses. They act the part of doddering scribes, but don't let that fool you. Smart for someone your age to be so mistrusting, but I'm not with the Oathbreakers, if that's what you're fishing at. I worked for them under duress, but I've no love of them. I'm not about to pledge the chorus, and the disfavored wouldn't have me. Still, I consider myself a Kairos-fearing vassal of the Overlord's empire all the same. For as long as I've been a sage, I've been trained to defend myself. We don't spend all of our time binding books and sketching wildlife, just most of it. For centuries, we've been in a quiet war with the School of Tides and the School of Wild Wrath. You can't travel alone as much as I do and not know the bronze dance. It sounds different, Ambrose. I don't know why. It seems like something's broken. I don't know if it's something's wrong. You're right. It doesn't sound right. What difficulty do you play on, Charlie? I'm curious. So you won't be a parchment weight during a fight. Good to know. Oh no, I'd like to think I'm worth at least 3 or 4 angry peasants in a fight. He's all so awesome. I'll let you just tell me where it is. No. You want to chronicle me? Well, of course. Even if the Burning Library is never rebuilt, our work to chronicle the days in Evans needn't cease. And you're a noteworthy player in this whole war. I can't think of another living Fatebinder that has been twice given the honor of proclamation. Fine, if you're so eager to come with me. Splendid, you won't be disappointed. I know I may seem old and frail, but I know how to step lightly and how not to get killed. Really. I won't slow you down. Lead the way and let me know if I can be of service. Are we done here? Let's hightail to the Trip Nettle. If your new pet doesn't behave himself along the way, I'm not above clipping its ears. Yeah, look at this. He leveled up too. Let's give him some more of what, this? Yeah. Oh yeah, he has 2 points. Yeah, let's give him 1 health so he doesn't have a negative health. Save. Let's see here. Quill, Sage, and Preservation. And he's got 2 points I can apply. Second artist? Okay, that's the same as me. Yeah, because I mean, when you say second artist, you mean second from the most hard, right? Because if that's the case, it's the same as me. It's hard. The hardest one is Path of the Damned, and it's really, really hard. Really hard. Or at least in Pillars of Eternity 1, it was really hard. So I don't know exactly how it fares in this game, but yeah. Okay, let's see. Penetrating Throw. No. Quill Flurry. Rapidly attacks target with a series of thrown strikes. Nah. Wait. What is this weapon? A quill. He's fighting with a quill. It's considered one-handed and thrown weapons. He's wearing cloth. Fantastic. Hold on. Yeah. Whoa. No. That's what I want him to have. But I want him to have these boots. Right. Accessories. Okay, we got this. Uh-huh. Let's go back to you. So, okay. So that's like pure combat. You know what? I think it's going to be our healer. Lentry strikes the target, interrupting them and lowering their non-physical armor. Refuse from stealth to attack, also paralyze the target. Or create greater renewal. What does this do? Restores parties, weapon, and armor to pristine condition. Increases damage from both weapon and protection from armor. So he doesn't heal us. I thought he healed us. Improves control life skill. What? What's control life? Wait, what? Oh, he does that. No, he's got quicken and restoring touch. Wait, what is control life? He doesn't have that skill. Is it a reputation thing? Entry? Weed of Ages? Or Theft of Memory? I don't know what that is. I'm new to PC gaming and isometric RPG, so I wanted a challenge. I went with dual wield for both specialties. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I went with bow and dual wield. I decided to go with like... Yeah. And she's... Like, I didn't know that she was going to be the same as me, because essentially she's got the same kind of deal. She's reverse of me, though. I think she's mainly... Yeah, she's mainly dual wielding and secondary bow, and I'm reverse that. Which is really, really weird. And him... I don't know what his secondary skill is. Does it say anywhere? Oh, no, it's just one of the weapon. It doesn't have a secondary. Huh. Oh, control life! This is it! A character's ability to draw and control spells that use the sigil of life. Higher skill value increases the chance of critical hits, which increases the amount of health restored with a single spell. Oh. Oh. Hell yeah, we're taking these two. So, wait. Before I take it... No, don't save. 41. 51! Whoa! Okay. Good lord, man. He seems like a pretty chill man. I kind of like him. Oh, we can talk. Lentry stops his stride, darting his hands about his bandolier and belt as he softly mouths off a mental inventory of his inks and quills. When at last assured his possessions are in place, he looks up at you with a smile. What might I do for you? If you're going to be traveling with me, I need to know more about you. Understandable requests. Let's see. Born in Sunder, no kids. What few longings of fatherly love I've got in my heart are satisfied by taking care of carrier birds. Learned my sigil and spells about 30 years back, and being able to defend myself has opened a life of field study, and I haven't grown tired of the wandering just yet. I've written on all manners of subject, magic, birds, language, geometry, but my main focus has been chronicling. I find there's no finer pursuit than recording the events of our times. There will always be legends of what happened. Someone ought to be making note of the real thing. Aside from that, I don't know. I practice centering stance, draw portraits, make my own inks, and have a sharp aversion to autobiographies. I'm about as boring as watching coral grow. Oh god, okay. How'd you wind up here in Vineyard's Well? When the Vellum Citadel was set aflame by Kairos' edict, I fled as fast as my knees would carry me. Every direction seemed a bad idea, but heading to Venurian's Well seemed the least suicidal option, mind you. I was laboring under the misconception that Venurian's guard had surrendered and the fighting in the valley had stopped. Looking first at his left arm, then his right, he reads through the assorted notes inked across his skin. Ah, yes, 7th of sparring. That's when I crossed the mountains. That would be 2 days? 3 days after the Venurian Guard jettisoned their surrender and claimed the citadel in the valley. The Venurian Guard nabbed me and several other sages moving through the valley. The other sages were sympathetic to the Venurian Guard. As for me, I just agreed so as to not get everyone killed. I think defying the Overlord is a really slow and stupid form of suicide. Okay, Charlie. Thank you so much again. And hopefully we talk soon. Have a great night. Tell me about your work with Oathbreakers. The Venurian Guard has several noble-born in their ranks, and they know their letters. Problem is, they've come from noble houses scattered across the realms, each with their own private scripts. That's where the sages and I come in. Between us, we're familiar enough with all the regional scripts to translate and coordinate. But translating is child's play, so I might have helped out a bit more. The old citadel at the center of the valley is a crumbling affair, and there's no time for proper construction. It seemed a crime not to put my magic to work. What did you learn of their plans in your time there? It won't surprise you to know their strategy is largely non-existent. They cling to the hope that their example will inspire others in the tiers to come to the valley and join the cause. The recent inaction between the Archons has emboldened them. Some even think the Archons fear the Venurian Guard. I'm sure they have it quite wrong. What else can you tell me about the Oathbreakers and their forces? The Venurian Guard surrendered back in 429, and while a lot of them were conscripted into the chorus, 3 of the leaders, Captain Ari, Matani, and Florian, never turned themselves in. Instead, they hid in the valley, gathering up what resources they could until they could challenge the local garrison. A highest count earlier in the year, they numbered over 400, the ranks swollen by soldiers of Avon and Azure that survived the war. They are a dying breed, these Oathbreakers. Most in the tiers have finally come to realize that Kairos has already won. And before you ask, as a connoisseur of the inevitable, I have made my peace with the Overlord and bow to his might. So you provided military aid to the Oathbreakers. When the servant of the Archon of Justice asked me that question, I can't help but assume it's the antecedent to some sort of punishment. I can't deny that I assisted the Oathbreakers, but the alternative was to starve in a cell and maybe lose my head. I realize this is an offense to the Overlord, but it's not like I increased their odds of winning in any significant way. Anton matters. You were doing what you needed to survive. Well, I trust my future actions will show I mean to be of service, not a source of problem. How did you wind up as a prisoner of the chorus? I had to send some missives, and that meant getting to a clearing where my terns and doves might find me. The patrols with me was ambushed by the Scotted chorus. I tried to flee the scene, but some youngster tackled me, and, well, out of one fire into another. It has been a running theme this year. Let me ask you about something else. Tell me about your magic. Oh, I don't much like to brag about things like that. I'm not asking you to brag, I'm asking you to tell me what you can do. My major areas of focus have been preservation, concealment, and healing. Arts that have served me well in this newfound life as a peripatetic prey animal. The sages study all kinds of magic, but as a chronicler, I wanted magic that would help me see more, archive more, protect objects of historical value. Seeing as I feel like an old relic in need of some protection, my skills suit me well. Can you teach me anything? Sure, I can show you how to blend your own inks, train birds, think you're their mom, how to turn a goat into parchment, and I'm sure you'd prefer to learn some magic. If the School of Ink and Quill still mattered, I'd may be more tight-lipped, but if we're going to travel together, you should know how to mend wounds, especially if I'm killed. I know the edict still looms, but if you have a few hours, I could show you the basics of healing magic, or at least how I learned it. I would be honored to learn a little of what you know. Rummaging through his satchel, the sage produces a long quill and a crumbled piece of parchment. With 7 quick strokes of the quill, he inks a pattern on the page. We'll start with first principles. When mending wounds and easing pains, we invoke the magic of the Orphan Midwife, Archon of Rebirth. By invoking her sigil, we channel her mastery, however briefly, through our hands. Now, trace the sigil following the lines in the order I sketched them. Follow his instruction. Wait, what can you tell me about this Archon of Rebirth? Then you realize you gave a care about your history. Well, the Orphan Midwife was born in 160, bowed to Kairos in 201. 201. They say where she walked, plants would sprout, the sick would grow vigorous. She'd also send most folk into a fits of rage and animals into heat. She sounds like quite a riot. We know her magic by way of one of her first disciples, who migrated to the Tiers in 222 to spread her wisdom, an act that happened to be illegal under Kairos' law. For that and a host of other transgressions, the Orphan Midwife has been imprisoned for over a century, or so the story goes. Follow his instructions. Since this isn't your first cantrip, I'll move a little quickly, but I think you can keep up. Lentry walks you through countless repetitions of signing the mystic sigils. For hours, you wave your hand in the air to no effect, until at last you sign the patterns in the air and feel a rush of power through your veins. Hey, I get 5 points in control life. And so if you need to heal pain as opposed to purge an infection, you move your hand like so. But you know, that's enough for now, and I think the rest you can figure out on your own. Tell me about the sages. For hundreds of years, the sages have been devoted to the collection and preservation of knowledge. We are scholars, bookmakers, archivists, and students of the mystic and the mundane alike. The wisest of our guild, not that I truly belong in that category, are versed in sigils and spellcraft. Or that at least how it used to be. With the destruction of the Vellum Citadel, the sages have been scattered to the winds. There were once more sages than I could name. Many have died or been taken prisoner by Kairos' forces. What do you know about the Vellum Citadel? Nitri scowls, his writing hand becomes unusually still. I once felt a rush of pride at that name. Now it's a blight on our reputation. Nitri clears his throat, reasserting his smile. The Vellum Citadel was a beautiful sanctuary of parchment and ink. We had amassed knowledge from the Northern Empire to the coast of the Tiers. It would take a score of lifetimes to learn all the Citadel could teach you. But the sages in charge of the Vellum Citadel thought themselves above Kairos' rule. The Overlord learned the sages were copying and spreading lies and forbidden knowledge. Kairos put an end to life at the Citadel with his Edict of Fire. Lentry stops, putting a hand to his face. All that knowledge set aflame. When we bind books, we bind them to last. Our most important tomes were warded against fire and other maladies. Lentry scowls. So many of the books remain intact as the shelf and floor melt away. I suppose it's still there. If you want to brave danger and certain death for it, there is a good reason they call it the Burning Library now. Who leads the school? I keep learning more names of those who died during the Edict of Fire, so my information could be obsolete. But Sage Krevnik incinerated Sage Renata would be the current provost. And if she dies, well, fuck. Thanks to all the recent deaths, maybe I'll be next in line. Let's archive that away, other things to worry about later. What's your role in the guild? I'm one of the chief writers of the Chronicle. In our attempt to record the truth of all the things in their proper sequence, it's the ongoing life work of generations of sages, and I have the honor of witnessing history and having my vantage point be a matter of record. The sages would not bow to Kairos, yet you do. True, my peers can grasp many abstract concepts, but on the subject of hopeless wars, their stupidity rises to eidetic splendor. The sages believed themselves the mightiest magical guild in the Tiers, and they could even back that claim, but they mistook being the best for being a match for Kairos. How it is so many can study so much history and learn so little. Talk more later. Indeed, I have a finite appetite for discussing myself, and I'm more than sated. Let us press onward. Wait, you can talk again? Oh man, I want to talk again. Okay, we're going to save now, guys, and we're going to end the stream for now. We're going to come back to this game, obviously, because we're far from being done. Essentially, what we're going to do is tomorrow, we are going to be playing some more Far Cry 5. So we're going to finish Far Cry 5 tomorrow. And as soon as Far Cry 5 is finished tomorrow, we're going to jump back into Tyranny. So I'm thinking we probably have like an hour, maybe 2 of Far Cry 5 left. And then we'll have like an hour of Tyranny. And then we'll play Tyranny again for good on Thursday. Right. And then we'll start alternating between Tyranny and Yakuza 0 until Tyranny is done. And then we'll see what happens. So yeah, guys, thank you very, very, very much for watching the stream. I really do appreciate it. I know this game is not like super popular. It's been released for a long time, but I freaking love it. I'm enjoying my time there, so hopefully you guys too. Before we leave, I'm going to give you guys some gold, because you guys have been great. And also, don't forget, guys, if you're a sub to the channel, you get access to the preview of what the new channel is going to look like. We're keeping the name, we're keeping everything. We're just changing the entire look of the entire thing. Like all the alerts, all every screen that you guys see, everything is going to change. And the previews will be posted in the Discord channel for the subs, and for everybody else, you'll see it when it's ready. But yeah, so thank you again, guys, for watching. Really do appreciate it. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. EST for Far Cry 5. Cyrix, thank you very, very much for that follow. Welcome to the Shinobis. Thank you very, very much. Super appreciate it, man. And yeah, and we're going to be hosting somebody. So just give me a second. Who is streaming right now? Hell, you know what? We're gonna go say hi to True Gaming. Why the hell not? Yeah, let's go see True Gaming. So there we go. And have a good night too, Bruce. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Love you guys. Bye bye.